My video for May the 17th, 2019 is video number 3188. The title is When Ignorance is Mistaken for Intelligence. When I was a youngster, I really thought I was intelligent. After all, I got good grades in school, read a lot, and was well spoken. As I've gotten older, I realized just how limited my education really was, even more so at this latter stage in my senior years. The old adage is true. The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. One of those things that is really challenging to get my mind around is the proposal that everything is just a hologram. This is how they make two-dimensional objects appear three-dimensional. A video I watched is by Leonard Susskind, The World As Hologram. My friend, the magician Steve Hart, says it's all an illusion. In other words, what we perceive is not real. Our minds merely convince us that it is. Have I been lying to myself my entire life, along with most everyone else? For someone who has taken pride in always trying to tell the truth, that is really devastating for me. My mission, my purpose in life gets obliterated with such thoughts, which is why I resist and label these things as nonsense. Is expecting the kingdom of heaven on earth just a pipe dream? Have I spent 72 years plus for nothing? Once again, the impasse. Yes, I have been very introspective a lot my whole life has truly been one of introspection, but it seems to be getting more and more intense now as I'm challenged to re-examine beliefs. I mean, the discussion group that I go to every week with Steve Hart brings up a lot of things, and I'm challenged by a lot of people in that group to think and perceive things differently than I perceive them, and not have any expectations. But my whole life has been an expectation. I mean, since I was a boy, since I was a teenager at the very least, I have expected to live, to play a part, to play a role in bringing the kingdom of heaven to earth. I mean, that has been my virtually my entire life since I was a young man, even a boy, still under 18, so that's still a boy or minor. Anyway, I am at wit's end. I just not very long ago watched the video that I mentioned by Leonard Susskind, and there's a lot of things in there that I see is something to be explored. Let's just put it that way. But the whole idea that it's just an illusion. Yes, I know that when they examine things under a microscope, atoms are nothing. They're mostly empty space. And I can get my mind around that. That's not a problem. But the problem is that it's just an illusion. The problem is that it's not real. And yet it appears real. It feels real. All of my senses tell me it's real. And even my intuitive sense tells me it's real, but there's more. Not it's not real. The intuitive thing is it's real, but there's more to it. That's the heaven on earth thing. Because it's obvious to me, with all that I've looked at and studied and tried to pay attention to, the world is run by people that are very intelligent, but insane. I mean, they're absolutely despots. They are absolutely criminally minded. They believe that they're the only ones, and their agenda is to eliminate all opposition. Even if they use some of the opposition, they pull them in and make them think that they're on the same team, like people coming into the idea that the restoration of the nation of Israel is somehow fulfillment of biblical prophecy, when it's plain to me, as one who has studied the Bible my whole life, that it's not, because Shiloh or the Messiah didn't come. Is the Messiah going to come? That's one of the pipe dreams that I've lived my whole life for. But more recently, it's been the RV. Is there going to be a currency revaluation that puts money into the hands of visionaries and people of goodwill, instead of just people of malevolent intent, which is what I consider most government agencies? Not that everybody that works for the government is malevolent. Most of us on this planet have been ill-informed, misinformed. We have not been educated with truth. We have been educated with partial truths, but great deceptions. And this is, to me, an obvious fact. And yet, I wonder if it's all just an illusion, then that translated, that means nothing matters. But it does matter to me. It does matter to those that have their lives taken away and wasted for nothing. Yes, I've come to accept that reincarnation is a fact. And there has been multiple examples of people that have kids, little kids that have been born and remembered the previous life, and it's been verified. Thousands of such cases, thousands, have been scientifically explored and confirmed. So I know that that's true, and yet the majority of human beings don't have the experience of remembering. We have the experience of thinking that this is it. And that's where the teaching that only one life will soon be past, only what's done for Christ will last, which is, of course, one of the adages that I was taught as a little kid, which is why I dedicated my life to Christ consciousness. Now, of course, and when I was young, I thought that Jesus was a unique individual. No, he said, the things that I do, you shall do also, and greater things than these shall you do. In other words, we're all Christs. We're all anointed, supposed to be. But how many of us experience that? There are people that feign to experience it, and yet they support things that are detrimental to peace on earth, detrimental to humanity's evolving into a higher plane of consciousness. Isn't that what it's supposed to be about? You know, have I wasted my entire life working to play a role in bringing out that kingdom of heaven? Have I been totally misled? Am I truly ignorant of things that are true that I have avoided? I'm at wit's end. I'm really struggling to get my mind and heart around these things. I know it's not just the mind. I'm not saying it's the mind only. It's the mind and heart, not either or, but both in conjunction with each other. Conjunction is one of the most things. That's the thing that joins things. And we need to have joinder. We need to come to a place where we can cooperate with each other. That's what joinder would be. We are joined together to fulfill the highest ideals that humanity has had in all cultures. In all cultures. I'm not purporting one religion as superior to another, one race as superior to another. I'm not about division. I'm about unification, unity. But even the unity religion negates everything that it labels negative. And we don't talk about those things. And those to me, are the very things we're supposed to talk about and resolve. But it's crazy. Anyway, thank you for listening to this impasse video. Bye for now.